Springsteen, of course, smash right here. D, don't go anywhere. I got a question for you, man. And of course, we're getting ready for Riverbend Talent coming up here, as is always Thursdays at 6 o'clock. But you got Kurt Copeland coming in here in just a moment, right?
That's correct. The band Roaming Home.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was my favorite DJ for the longest time. I thought he was like the most handsome of all the DJs in St. Louis. Is he still handsome?
He is extremely handsome.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Does that handsomeness, shall we say, get into and make itself a part of the delivery of him as far as stage presence is concerned?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's
And social media is his thing.
Yes, that's what I would think.
Selfies.
Yes. I got to admire the guy because he got jacked around big time in the radio business over here. They jacked him around.
What, that happened?
Yeah, that happens.
I didn't know that.
And he made something of it, man. He didn't let that knock him down, man. Bravo to Kurt Copeland. So he's going to come in with you guys in just a moment here. What's going on, Kurt? Come on in here. I remember him when he was a youngster, man, starting up here. Just fantastic. Getting ready. Come on in, man.
He's coming in. They're heading in now.
All right.
Yeah!
What's going on, buddy? Nice to see you. Do we bump fists?
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Nice to see you, man.
Bob Ugly.
You always had a fantastic beard, and I was just telling Big D over here that, in my opinion, you were the most handsome of all the DJs in the St. Louis area, man.
Well, I tell you what, I've got the impressions in my mattress that prove it, ladies.
Bravo, my man. That was a nice one. Who you got with you here?
Well, this is my this is Roaming Home. I say my
Yes.
band, but they asked me.
Yeah.
They were already together, and we've been together. I've been with them for 3 years now. Roaming
Nice.
Home, and to your right, my left, that's drums and vocalist Alex Joseph Ritter.
Right on.
Alex, yes.
In the middle, that's Joey Taylor, guitar and vocals.
Well, you are with great guys here, with Big D and Pigpen. They're gonna really make this thing right for you here. Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm interviewing your own guest here, but
Stealing my thunder, man. Come
I'm
on.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right, I ate your pizza.
Here's what I'll do. I'll move out now, so you guys start up a little bit early, and everybody's cool of it. Okay, I'm gonna move out. Nice to see you, partner.
to see you,
He was
pal.
always a
Thanks so
good guy. Let me close this up right here. I'm over here and I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm starting the interview and the show's not over. So my apologies there, guys.
I guess I should start the show.
I got to save this. And then, yeah, you can start the show anytime you want, man. Let me pull Digging the Smash out of there for you.
Well, you can go ahead and run that because I got to flip over anyway.
Oh, okay. I'm going to close out with Digging the Smash then. And on the backside, you guys are coming on. Right on?
You got it, man. That's
Okay,
the
here
plan.
we go. Here we go.
Okay.
And boing.
WBGZ, brought to you by...
And brought to you by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance and by Pigpen. Thanks for sponsoring our show, Pigpen.
Well, financial support coming from me means nothing.
Yeah, we rented that pool out this summer and made all that extra money. So,
Oh man,
that nude sunbathing went over well in your neighborhood.
You know what? People are into nude sunbathing, and that's one thing that the COVID, the Rona, didn't slow down is nude sunbathing. People still love to do that.
You can wear a mask and still be naked.
Yeah, that's the only thing you're allowed to wear is a mask. Yeah.
The way I see it, you know.
So just so people know,
Yeah.
people aren't completely, when you say you're sunbathing naked, sometimes it's not completely naked. I've actually made this invention. It's a belt with pockets, so you still have a place to keep your stuff. There's no pants, it's just pockets. It also has like a little retractable towel to sit on. You can pull it down, sit on. That is just good etiquette in a nudist resort to have a towel to sit on. I'm just saying.
Right, especially in a plastic chair.
Yeah. Boy, there's a Hershey's Kiss on that chair. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Do you ever make those fart sounds with the small of your back?
Oh, yeah, on the plastic chairs all the
Not
time.
necessarily on the plastic chair, maybe a concrete floor.
Yeah.
It'll suck you down there like a, yeah.
The real question is, have you ever bet on a fart and lost and wound up with a tablespoon of you-know-what in your pants?
That is the voice of Kurt Copeland, our guest.
Who was previously introduced by Smash.
Who was previously introduced by Smash. Smash tried to steal our thunder. You see that?
I love it when he does that.
We have this great guest. The band Roaming Home is our guest tonight. We lined up this fabulous guest. The whole band's here. Smash is like, hey, he wants to be on this show so bad. He's so bad wants to be on it. He's like, I'm gonna just do it without him. They won't
Can
bite
you
me.
blame him? You got a quality program here.
I look up to Smash so much, so yeah, I'm proud to follow him.
I look up to Smash too. It's because I'm a wee man. I'm like 3 apples high, but I look
We're
up
about the same height, I think.
I look up
You
to
and I.
everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Smash been in the game a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I got to St. Louis in 2005, back in my radio days, and he was on KLOU 103.3, and like when you get to town as a radio person, you kind of size up the market, so to speak. You know what I mean? You kind of like, who are the big shots in this town? Who are the big names? And then you find out that like some of these cats you don't want anything to do with because they're just jerks, right?
Yeah,
and I don't have to name names,
yeah.
but Smash was one of those people where it was like, no, this guy is, not only is he great on the air and he's a heavy hitter in this town, but he's just a wonderful human being, so that when you actually do see him and get to hang out with him, it's a real treat. It's a pleasure.
Well, one of the things I found out in my tenure in radio, in my 30 non-consecutive years.
How did you say your tenor? Your tenure? Your tenure?
Like a
10
teacher.
years?
Like a teacher.
I'd be needing that check now.
Anyway, some of the guys who have been around forever. The U-Man, Mark Close, Radio Rich, some of these guys are the Smash.
And shout out to all those
the
guys, because
nicest
those are some of the best
guys.
I've
And then sometimes you'd get stuck on a weekend shift with someone you never heard their name before, and they just think they're the greatest.
Yeah.
They're the best thing since sliced bread. And it's like, dude, we're both on weekends because we're working our way up. And we're either working our way up or biding our time. Who cares? Either way, let's just enjoy it.
I know it. But you meet them all, just like, and you talk about, it's a nice segue into the live music world, so then I go from radio to live music. And, for all intents and purposes, it's kind of, there are so many similarities in that, like, the characters that you will meet, right?
Yes.
So I've met people working on the radio that were, like, socially awkward, would like, you know what I'm saying? Like, on the radio is one thing. You're in this room, and the fact that you can't see the audience, you can't see all these people, that's different than the live music, because in the live music, of course, you do see them. But additionally, the characters, all the different people that you meet, like, so we do all these open mic nights, or we're playing or we're subbing in different bands and just playing different places. The owners of venues that you meet are characters.
Yeah,
the fellow
absolutely.
musicians are characters. It's no different than in radio, it really isn't.
No, it's no different than a lot of life. If you pay attention, there are a lot of interesting characters almost anywhere you go, in almost every venue.
But I say it's a hell of a lot more rich in music and radio
I
than
was
it would
gonna
be like in the lumber yard,
It definitely in the live music and the radio, the weirdos,
It's where we thrive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I woke up looking at Johnny Fever going, I want to be that guy. I just want to sleep on a leather couch in some back, some green room or whatever.
Wearing those aviator shades with the big mustache. And of course, we're coming up on Thanksgiving. I swear to God, I thought turkeys could fly.
And Hugh Hessman, a lot. There's rumors that he did all that work for weed. It was true, he did. But anyway, that doesn't mean anything, though.
Howard Hessman?
Howard Hessman.
Yeah.
I said Hugh. I'm thinking
Hugh
Hugh Hefner and Howard Hessman all mixed into one. What a cool guy that would be. The coolest guy ever there. So, hey, real quick, let's introduce the rest of the band. We've been talking to Kurt Copeland here. He plays bass with Roaming Home. But before he was in Roaming Home, they already existed. And right to my right, we got Mr. Alex, the drummer. How's it going, Alex?
Good, how you doing?
And next to him is Joe, the guitar player. How's it going, Joe?
Not too bad.
And you guys got some gigs coming up, right?
Yeah, we got a couple this
We
weekend.
do have some gigs coming up. Tomorrow we're going to be at Uncle Al's in Jerseyville.
And that is a crazy looking, it looks like an old 2-story, really big house, or maybe old school.
No, check it out. Here's the story. Here's what everybody needs to know. This is still Madison County, right?
Yes.
Right. They need to hear this in Madison County. They need to hear this over in Jersey County. They need to hear it all over the place. The story on Uncle Al's, the building that is Uncle Al's in Jerseyville, that's on Arch Street, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that building is right there on the railroad line.
Oh, yeah.
And back in the glory days of the railroad, that was a point where the railroad would stop to pick up provisions for the folks, the engineers, and the guys that were working on the railroad, right?
Sure.
But then additionally, upstairs, above, like if you go to Uncle Al's, and you look, that's exactly what it was.
Really?
Ladies of the night for the railroad workers. There was a brothel up there above Uncle Al's.
Uncle Al's brothel.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's a family business handed down.
It was a family business. Uncle Al started it many generations ago. Aunt Annie, she was a quite that. We'll call her a lady, but we all know she would not. I don't know. I'm making all this up. I don't know. You had real historic facts going, and I'm just making stuff
They
up.
told me this. I mean, when we started. A big shout out to Uncle Al's. Al's such a great guy, and he his record hangs proudly on the wall. He's got a great history of playing music.
I thought you were going to say his record hangs proudly outside the jailhouse.
Right? They're looking for him.
Right.
But I mean, Jersey County, no joke. Jerseyville, Jersey County has, by my estimation, a really rich amount of musical talent.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about folks like Steve Mellis. Steve Mellis is up there. Our buddies from Lead Sled, Jared Capps, and the rest of the boys.
Oh, yeah.
A buddy of ours named Rick Sievers. We love Steve Godar. I mean, the list goes on and on. Mike Bader's great keyboardist up there. There's so, I mean, and like I said, I could keep going and going.
Right.
But what we found at Uncle Al's is an opportunity. It's a really great, rich open mic scene where the talent of Jersey County and the surrounding area can come out, do their thing at a great place. And, the guys, Alex and Joey here and myself, we're there every other Sunday. And it's a great open mic scene.
I don't think Sean or Pigpen, whatever we decide to call him, since he's your cousin.
That's right. That's right.
Right. I don't think he realizes that Uncle Al's got some background story.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? Like the aforementioned railroad stuff?
Well, not so much that, but he's kind of famous.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's the
Right.
whole thing. I mean, he had like what I guess was kind of a regional hit or whatever back
Right.
in the day, and he's had a long and storied, career in music, not only owning the establishment, but with the Free Corn Dogs and the Blues Brothers, Brothers Band or whatever they called themselves.
the
back
other
in the day.
brothers, yeah.
Yeah, and
Was Uncle Al in that band?
Uncle Al was in that. Steve
now,
Godar.
Jared Capps was in that one for a while.
I think his brother Matt Capps was in that band as well, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, it's all testament to that rich. amount
And
of
what was
musical
Uncle
talent.
Al's hit? What name did he go under?
I think it's like a one-word thing. I forgive me, I'd have to look it up, but like Patches.
You never heard
search
that?
it. No, I have
It's just a period. That's all it is.
He's trying to rip off Frank Zappa's apostrophe with that period.
He's got one on that. There you go.
If sometimes you can't hear me, it's because I'm in parentheses. No, I don't. So anyway, Uncle Al had a hit. I did not know that. We're going to have Uncle
I
Al.
think he was like a
come down.
foosball champion too, or something
Right.
like that. Am I right about that?
The dude.
I thought
never-
I
And
seen
Aunt
something like-
Janie being
Is any of this real?
I can be full of it. Right now, I'm totally straight up with you. No joke. Because I love the guy too much. He's just such a kind soul. He's a great guy.
So Uncle Al sits right there by the railroad tracks, and then there's like a trailer and a house, and then another bar called Almost Home.
Almost Home, man.
Wouldn't it be nice to live in like that house right between the two of them? I mean, you're never gonna sleep probably.
If you've got the Constitution of Keith Richards, great, but the rest of us, bad news bears.
I don't know if I have the Constitution of Keith Richards, but I've been shooting for that.
Trying.
That's the sort of debauchery I've been shooting for my whole life.
Best you can do is try.
Right. Oh man, I just read where Keith Richards literally used to when in his early years he hooked his bathroom up in his apartment for sound and recorded everybody who went in the facilities, and he would just audio, and it would be like
I thought that was Chuck Berry.
I think Chuck Berry went video. That's why Chuck Berry got arrested. He went once that Keith Richards just did the audio, and he was commenting on it, saying, "Oh, it's funny." People would be like, "Well, Harvey, I just made it. Ooh, that's a big one."
You know
The weird stuff. Weird stuff. from
You know,
the
I
life of
come up
Keith
with
Richards.
satisfaction. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, he was in the hotel room in Miami, and he had the tape recorder rolling to catch whatever little ideas he came up with as he played. and he was fiddling around with what ultimately became Satisfaction. The first time he played the dun, dun, da, 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 and he was originally intending for that to be horns on that song, but they just ended up doing it with guitar.
That would have sounded cool.
So the tape recorder's rolling. He's fiddling on guitar. He passes out, right?
Really?
And then he wakes up in the middle of the night and he sees the tape recorder is just run out of tape and it's just just circling. He threads it back up again to listen to what he had done before he passed out. And there on the tape was the birth of Satisfaction, which is a pretty cool story.
I mean, how many great songs were wrote right before passing out when tape recorders weren't rolling? How many masterpieces were just lost in the fog of the night? So, oh man, so there you go. That's great stories there coming from Mr. Kurt Copeland. Our guest is roaming home, and they're playing at Uncle Al's tomorrow night. Where are you playing Saturday night?
Saturday will be at Roosters Pub in Staunton from 8 to midnight.
Roosters Pub. What's that place like up there?
That's great. Staunton, Illinois. It'll be our second time there.
I believe so, right? Yeah.
And we played outside they have a really nice like deck kind of situation there. I remember the first time we played was in the summertime, of course, and they got a nice spacious room there, so we'll be inside, to stay warm.
Nice.
So it's a good time, and we're really looking forward to it.
There, I remember back in the day some really good places up there in Staunton, man. They had a Crystal Palace that threw a ballroom that threw massive parties, and Jake's Leg, the Grateful Dead band, they used to have big parties right outside Staunton. But what was the next town down that had the really big place there? Beneld?
I wasn't paying attention.
What was the what was the name of the big place there in Beneld, just past Staunton? What was it?
The Coliseum.
There you go, the Coliseum. You ever go up to the Coliseum Ballroom up there?
I don't think so. No,
It might have been before your
This
time.
is starting to sound like the Blues Brothers. You boys play the TikTok Lounge? Oh, we used to kill him at the TikTok Lounge.
No, the reason I was bringing it up, you brought up Staunton, and the next town down is Beneld. The Coliseum Ballroom was there. You were talking about the brothel at Uncle Al's.
Yeah.
That same thing that the Coliseum Ballroom was a place where Al Capone's guys would come down to Beneld.
That place.
Was their,
Yeah.
Now I know what you're talking about. The name just didn't
It
get
was a huge ballroom in the middle of nowhere.
A lot of people thought they had stills in the old mines up there.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine, we were talking about radio folks. I think I know who his name is. Joe Sonderman runs like a Route 66 kind of tribute thing on Facebook, and he'll just share a lot of great pictures of the things that happened along Route 66. And if I'm not mistaken, that's right there on the way. And that's a big part of the history.
Yeah.
So that was how I
Interesting.
first heard about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of old buildings around here. The building we're in, $20 says it was a brothel in the 90s. It was an old hotel. Come on.
Now I know
man.
why this chair's so sticky.
Not a complete brothel, but I bet there was some business being done in there. I don't know. Anyway,
Lots of Jesuits.
Wow.
we went up and had on Halloween we had what was Vicky? What do you call Vicky? What was she? Not a seer, but a medium.
Vicky, remember in the movie Dazed and Confused? Vicky, come on, let's go get naked. Come on, let's go. Dawson.
We had a medium who was talking to ghosts, and so one of the questions I asked was, are there any prostitutes here?
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, yeah. They said yes. I'm like, well, of course. You said it was a transient hotel already.
Oh, wow.
Come on, man. Halton's got a rich history. A lot of places. Anyway, let's move.
lonely.
Let's move on. You know what we need to do? We need to talk about what's going on in the Riverbend area tonight, because it is
Or at least what we think's going on.
what we think is going on in this current situation. We just never know.
What are you
However,
talking about?
this is what I will say before we read these gigs. If you're thinking, man, I want to go down to see that one happen, all you have to do if you're wanting to check it out is go to cottonmouth.org. All these gigs are listed right at the very front. You want to check it out and see if it's still happening, click on the link. The links should be all pretty active. So that makes it easy.
Links are active, maybe not updated by the club, though.
Well, that's up to the club. That's up to the club. We've done our best.
It's called the internet, people. You can figure it out. You can make a phone call. You can find out. And when you do make it out, and when places are open, we really do appreciate you folks coming out.
Yes, absolutely.
So those links will take care of that. It'll get you to the place where you can find the phone call and all that.
There you go, man. So there you go. Now to tell you what we think is happening in the Riverbend area. I think there are a whole bunch of people just over the hill at Morrison's Irish Pub getting really drunk and singing Irish songs. It's called the Sea Shanty Sing Along, where everybody in the whole bar gets to sing along while you drunk on Irish whiskey or your choice, or drink Coca-Cola, but you
or
can sing along.
possibly in a tent outside. I don't know.
Sometimes, yeah, they actually were shutting down the entire road and having it outside.
Okay.
As nice as the weather was today, they might have it outside again today. It was beautiful today. So there you go. Right across the street and down on 3rd Street from there, we've got the open mic night. What's
usually they have an open mic night.
Usually? Usually.
I haven't
Again,
seen it posted in a while. But they've
We're
been one of those
open.
places that this weekend maybe not, this weekend maybe, which is so tough for the clubs.
When we
man.
get out of here, we're just going to go down the street and we're going to verify all of the
All of
Alton
these.
postings. So we'll let you know.
Okay.
Hope to see you out there, folks.
Raging Cajun is the one we were talking about. Open mic night with Jamie Dunn at the Raging Cajun, and I believe that those are also like, is it that or the Friday that you can like get a gig out of it if you're in a band?
Yeah. Well, it used to be.
Used to be.
Right
so,
now they don't even know when to put a
that's
gig
true.
in there.
That's
you know.
true. We're all
Speaking of
flying.
open mics, Kurt Copeland is an expert on open mics. Don't you do
appreciate
one on
that.
Wednesday?
Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad you give the opportunity to mention it.
We mention it all the time.
You know, it's a key thing of us, being here on the show and my being a part of the band is it came out of the open mic that we did for, over 3 years at 7 in Belleville. We have relocated that one recently. We are now at Bella Vista Winery in Maryville, and we're going to be off. We just got through a trial period, a 3-week trial period for them to kind of see, how they felt about having it because they'd not had one before. They love it. They want to keep having it, so we're going to go ahead and keep doing it. Great thing is for the folks that, kind of are in that position where they want that social distancing, it's a huge room. I mean, they got a big room where you can keep that good distance. You could be clear on the other side of the room. You can perform all by yourself and nobody be near you, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we're all there, of course, backing folks up.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the secret to our success in large part is that we get a lot of reps playing. We get a lot of reps. We get a lot of seasoning by playing with other people and having to back them up, spur of the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it makes you listen, makes you play good. You play to the song. You try to do all that stuff. And then we help the people that we see, like when you talk about finding that good talent at open mic nights, like, oh yeah, we'll get gigs like that. We help people get gigs at those places. I mean, a lot of people that ended up playing at 7 because they came and played the open mic first.
Right.
And the same thing is going to happen. It's happened at Uncle Al's. The same thing's going to happen at Bella Vista. Joey, we want to give a shout out to our friends at Crooked Creek Winery. It's a little ways way over there in Centralia, but most definitely in our flight path. And it's the same thing over there. Friends of ours like Anova, beautiful young lady who plays ukulele and just sings better than all of us put together. I'm telling you right now. She's procured solo shows and things like that, and we just love to help the live music scene as much as we can. So again, thanks for having us on the show.
That's Wednesday night at Bella Vista.
Wednesday at Bella Vista, yeah. Off for the night before Thanksgiving.
Of course.
But we're hoping, everything, obviously, things being the way they are, obviously. But we're going to go from here on out, starting Wednesday, December 2nd.
Nice.
Yeah, 8 to 11 p.m., Bella Vista Winery in Maryville with the Pro Sound. Like when we say Pro Sound, talk a little bit about the Pro Sound.
Yeah, I mean, we just got one of those mixers where you can control it from a distance.
From the
a
iPad,
tablet mixer, not a traditional analog board or even a digital console, but it's a step up from having the powered head on stage.
and you can make adjustments for a player on the fly, so like nobody has to feel awkward. When you're at an open mic and the host, no disrespect, but let's say a host just is drinking too much or on a bad sound system in the first place, and you get in there and you're a new player with a different guitar and you sing at a different level than the host did with your guitar's quieter or louder, and the next thing you know, you've got problems. We are on top of that so fast.
You've always got our guardian angel, Stacy Wilkie.
Stacy, yes.
Handling the sound. She's always running the sound. If not her, then it's me. But yeah.
So you've recently upgraded your system. Is it one of these digital? You can run it off an iPad as you walk.
Yep.
So you got the Soundcraft where you get the Behringer.
I do have the Soundcraft.
So the Soundcraft URI 24R.
Yes, sir.
I have the same model. Love
Really?
that. Absolutely. We got 2 of them. Absolutely love them.
Do you chain them together? Do you use one for the studio and one for the road?
We can chain them together. We can use one for monitors to get more effects and use out of the monitors. We can double the amount of inputs for the mains. You can do all kinds.
Nice.
And those are absolutely amazing machines. You can sit right up there and for the first time listen to the monitor as you're mixing it and go, man, that sounds great. What do you think?
Yeah.
Shout out to the person, the POS over in Centralia who...
how we got the new system.
Yeah, so what happened was, it just happens, but, bands get their stuff ripped off, and Joey had, a piece of our sound system because we spread it out like amongst all our vehicles, you know.
Right.
So, a couple speakers, his pedal board and stuff were stolen from his car, right? And so we had to, then his wife sets up a GoFundMe page, so we'll send a shout out to Morgan Taylor, and Joey gets to tell the rest of that story.
Yeah, my wife ended up setting up a GoFundMe page, and like within, I don't know, what was it, a couple days, we made enough to buy a new sound system that ended up being a lot better than our old one. So thanks for stealing our stuff.
Yeah. By the way, you guys don't know this. I just found out from the Centralia Police Department. They did find the person that stole that stuff from your house, but they found them dead on the railroad track. So karma.
They found them dead under mysterious circumstances.
Karma is a
I was
B-I-C-H.
out of town that day.
There you go. All right, moving along though. 'Cause
Sorry,
we're,
guys.
No, this is why we're here. That was all great, and I love to hear people talking about moving into the new gear and everything, because that's exciting stuff, and it is so awesome to have that kind of control over a PA.
We really do have
so.
the great gear in the PA and stuff, and that's why we take it out for the open mics to really serve people up with a great platform.
And you can also record it for them. There you go.
Yeah, I've been recording all the
Multi-trade.
sets.
Absolutely. Also happening tonight. Back to tonight's list, because it's we're never going to get through this. There's a lot. No. We want to talk to you guys too, but we want to inform everybody that at Fast Eddie's Bon Air tonight, Hollywood 5 is going to be playing from 7 to 11 p.m.
Right, open mic at Baker's and Hale tonight with Everhart and
We
Light.
love playing there. Who's that host over there?
Everhart and Light.
Okay.
And Paul Light there, talk about another guy with he won Star Search. It was on Star Search with Ed McMahon back in the day. Yeah, he's a heck of a player.
Bakers
so.
and Hale, we love them. We look forward to going back there and playing real soon. And boy, that Brussels sprout thing with the cheese, goat cheese, and the what is it? Some kind of balsamic vinaigrette deal. Jeez.
Have never eaten anything out of Baker's and Hale yet that I didn't go, that was amazing.
Shout out to our buddy Bailey Blair, is our buddy up there.
Oh my gosh, I miss the Sunday brunch. COVID needs to go away so I can have my Sunday brunch. Anyway, dude, seriously, you go up there, it's a great food, and you can have them bring you mimosas till your belly's like too much orange juice. Let's make it hurricanes from here on out. Nothing. The best part about brunch isn't just the food; it's blowing off the rest of the day's plans and starting to drink early.
You know it. That's why you do it.
Anyway, so also going on tonight up at George's. Nothing at George's local.
Well,
brew.
maybe. They didn't have it posted yet.
Didn't have it posted. We got 10 String Dream, 5 p.m. at Old Harold Brewery up in Collinsville.
Great spot. I did the open mic over there until it got too cold. I was there on Tuesday nights.
Nice.
That's Derek Reiser, a dear friend of mine, great dobro player, maybe the best dobro player in this part of the world. And he makes the brews, the liquor and the beer, and it's just a great establishment. I'm looking for. In fact, if you hadn't invited us to do this tonight, I would actually had a solo show there. But I stayed true to you guys. I want you to know how much I love you.
There you go. And that's Old Harold Brewery in Collinsville we're talking about there.
So this next one is an example of what we're seeing these days with everything going on. They're not exactly sure what they're going to do, but posted yesterday, 3 sunshine-filled days in our immediate future. Come hang out on our patio and listen to some live music. Open Thursday through Sunday, 11:30 to 11. That's Who Dats in Collinsville.
See that Who Dats is Who Dats? That's how you got to say it. Who Dats?
We want to play there. We've hit them up. No disrespect, but we have hit them up, and we see a lot of our contemporary fellow bands playing there, and we would just politely love, let's go. Come on, here we are.
Gary Austin just played there.
Yeah.
There you go.
We
So
love those folks.
We listen. Who Dats? We know you're listening. We know we know you're out there.
Tonight.
And I'm asking you to reach out to my friends at Roaming Home, and even Kurt Copeland, the Johnny Come Lately of Roaming Home.
Johnny Come Lately.
But seriously, big props to Who Dats. They saw a good weekend coming of weather, and they said, we don't have anything scheduled, but let's get it going on. So good job to them.
And then to wrap up Thursday night, Dead Man's Bridge acoustic at Doit's. They're going to shorten their hours this weekend. They're not going to open on Saturday. I think they're closing at 11 tonight and Friday night. Tonight is, as I mentioned, Dead Man's Bridge acoustic.
There you go, and that's at Doit's.
Where's Doit's?
Doit's Village Inn. That is in Pontoon Beach,
Pontoon
Illinois.
Beach. Oh, we need to
There
go
you
make our debut in Pontoon Beach.
And so what you usually see with Doit's Village Inn is that if they book you for Friday night, they book you for Saturday night too. You get a double header with them. So
we can play ball.
I think a lot of times the Thursday night acts, they'll probably have you come in on a Thursday night and play one night, and then if they like you, they'll bring you back and double it up the next time.
Seems like they do more acoustic stuff on
Thursday.
Thursday
Yeah,
and
I've noticed that,
Sundays,
too.
and then they rock out real hard on
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday nights. And we've heard from our fellow musicians that you can't ask for a better crowd.
Yeah.
They're
And
always
people get up
rowdy
and
down
dance
there
on the
and
tables and-
Listen,
yeah.
It's amazing how different venues, like just like we were talking about characters and radio characters in the music
Yeah.
business, but the guys will attest to this as well. Some places, it's like a nice building, seems like you got a good staff, everything is kind of, and yet the vibe just isn't there, and people don't get wild and crazy when they get there, even though the building is sound and the staff is right, and you just can't. There's like that missing thing,
And the crowd's like this.
yeah, looking at their phones. This is radio.
I was doing. See, I forget I'm even on radio. I'm just talking to you guys. Yeah. Thanks for the heads up. So you're a professional.
Right.
Hey, what does it say on the side of my headphones?
Professional.
But what does it say he's a professional at? We can't even use that language on the
That's what-
radio.
my dad is an amateur radio guy, sitting in the basement talking to dudes in New Zealand in his underwear.
Right,
that
ham
kind of deal.
radio,
Yeah,
yeah.
ham radio.
Yeah.
I'd come home for Christmas or whatever, not this year, and then I'd say like, "You're an amateur and I'm a professional."
Sorry, Dad.
Dad.
But I got Don Rickles on here now.
My dad, no joke. My dad talked to Joe Walsh from the Eagles, who's a ham radio operator, and like literally, my dad says, he's like, "So I was talking to this guy out in California, and trying to do a Minnesota accent, but he's like, and he had to tell me he was in this band called the Eagles back in the day," and I'm like, "Did you tell him I made out with his daughter?" Shout out to Lucy Walsh if you're listening. I miss you, honey. True story.
And well, now you're gonna have to pay some alimony or something. They've been looking for you. Lucy's been looking for you
Child
forever.
support payments.
Child support payments
Yeah.
coming up, baby. That's the voice of Kurt Copeland, and you can find him. No. Oh shoot! So you guys got some history with Joe Walsh's family. Whew, that's good to know, man. I'm chubby over that. I'm excited over that one, just a little bit. Whew, I think we need to move on to Friday's entertainment. What do you think, Dennis?
If you say so.
I don't know. I'm just trying to make myself think of something other than Lucy right now.
Look up Lucy Walsh. She's hot.
She's hot.
What does SKJ stand for? That'd be something to think about.
SKJ.
That's the entertainment at
Ah.
Third Shoot in Alton on Friday night. They're called SKJ Entertainment.
Super Karaoke Juice.
That could be it. That could be it.
I said juice, not Jews. Why are you guys looking at me like that? Juice.
Remember that scene in Natural Born Killers, or not Natural Born Killers, but Saving Private Ryan, when the German soldiers that have been captured are being taken by, and the Jewish member of the team that's trying to find Private Ryan holds up his the Star of David on his necklace, and he's like, "Judith," you know what I mean, to like let him know, like, beating you guys. You know?
We got you.
Yeah.
We got you. Take that one.
All right.
All right.
Also on Friday night, all mixed up at Fast Eddie's Bon Air in Alton. HOOKiE getting together with Aaron McCoy.
Shout out to Graham Pagano. We love him.
No, we don't.
No, we
He's
love
the worst. He can't play guitar at all.
we love Aaron McCoy. We love Aaron McCoy.
We love Aaron McCoy.
Yeah.
Now, Aaron McCoy, we're going to give a big shout out to him, but Stewie, or Graham, whatever your name is, he tries to hide his real identity.
Stewie.
What? He's my brother, man. He's great. I'm just kidding. I love Stewie.
Chez Marilyns.
There you go. Shane
Friday.
Marilyns.
Yeah, we want to play there too. In fact, we're going to go harass them after this.
There you go.
I would,
There you
man.
go.
Last time we came here, we're on this show. We went and hit up a bunch of places. We're like, "Hey, this is us. Here's our card. We really want to play here. We're worth it. We'll do a good job." We're basically do the same thing tonight.
Downtown Mike still doing that. down there.
Downtown Mike. So yeah, you go.
Mike
all you have
Coleman?
to do is when you walk in and you go up to the bar and get a drink, just say, "Is Downtown Mike here?"
Yeah.
And he's the guy who books the gigs. Mike, I know you're listening. When these guys come in, Kurt's got this big, beautiful beard. You'll see him. He's fine.
He's beautiful.
And right now it
That's
has
me.
no lice in it because I'm using the studio hand sanitizer. It's a beard oil.
There you go. So what else we got going on? We got Sabo, 6 p.m. at Baker's and Hale tomorrow evening on Friday, November 20th.
Right. Flipside doing the Moose in Wood River on Friday night. Bobby Rolens
There you
at
go.
Big Daddy's in Edwardsville on Friday.
Yeah, the Rolens boys always still going after all these years, man. Those guys have been making great music around here forever.
Only one night at Doit's this weekend, as I mentioned, down and dirty doing the 6 p.m. slot. They'll close down at 11, is what it said on the website for Doit's and Pontoon Beach.
And
on
then
Friday.
Then on Friday night, no one's going to be at Uncle Al's in Jerseyville, right? That got canceled. No, roaming home.
We're rocking it.
Our guest tonight, roaming home, is going to be at Uncle Al's in Jerseyville, which. Apparently there's a brothel upstairs. Now, used to be a brothel upstairs.
We're going to bring it back for old time's sake Friday night, things being what they are and all. Ladies, hi.
Come catch more than the Corona, Dodd.
And they said, we like roaming home. We give them one for free.
Yeah, Uncle Al's right up there in the heart of Jerseyville, right in the middle there, right next to the railroad tracks.
Before you go to that, you can check out Johnathan Baker at 3 p.m. at Aeries Winery in Grafton.
In Grafton,
good afternoon show on
That's a great time to start drinking on a Saturday, 3 p.m.
That's a Friday.
We play
You're
there.
jumping ahead.
It's Friday, even better.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great view.
Speaking of Saturdays, so let's move on. What is Saturday? what a great segue that was.
I thought you did that already.
We've got our old friend Lisa Grislack is giving her sanctuary
Griswold?
sound. Griswold, yeah.
Well, just leave it over there with the rest of them, Griswold.
We've got Lisa Grislack giving her Soundbath, the Sanctuary Soundbath, 7 p.m. at Jacoby's Art Center. Lots of different frequencies of sound to heal your soul there. And I'll tell you what, the night she came in and did that, remember when she just did a few of them? And she was saying how, like, people go to sleep, that it really puts people to sleep a lot. I got to be honest, I slept great that night.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was what she did with the sound or if it was the medication I took before I went to bed, but either way.
Howard Stern did once, right?
Howard! Ba-ba-boo, ba-ba-boo.
Sit on the speaker.
Oh, that's right, the old sit on the speaker.
Yeah.
How's that feel? How's that feel, baby?
He just blew up everybody's speaker.
Yeah. Don't wait till Alex sees that spike in the sound file.
That wasn't me, Alex. Yeah. Don't look at the video. Don't check the video. Also going on Saturday night, other than the Soundbath Sanctuary, we've got the Nelson Brothers. It's a Spillie Nelson 4-piece acoustic act going on at Chez, Maryland.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock going on. Naked Soul, 3 to 7, and then all mixed up 8 p.m. down at the Bon Air.
Right.
Fast Eddie's.
Now, if Naked Soul is wearing their mask, is they still considered naked?
Well, sure.
Yeah, because it's the soul.
We have already been over this. You can wear a mask and be naked. You can, in my domain, you can wear pockets and be naked. It's just, just pockets, nothing else. Remember the Red Hot Chili Peppers did a tour where they just wore socks. That was almost. See, that wasn't naked. You can't call it one sock strategically placed is not naked.
And then Haynes was sponsoring the whole thing. It was great. Fruit of the Loom or something. They missed out on that one.
Definitely missed out on that one. What else is happening on Saturday night?
Well, you can't tell on the radio, but I wore my Flatliner shirt. Right?
Yes, yeah, Flatliner. That's right.
And I was hoping to get to see them this weekend, but they unfortunately had to cancel their show on Saturday night. And you can see my Flatliner shirt on the video that we put on YouTube. Right, so that'll be up tomorrow at some point, and we'll put that on the Big Z Facebook page, so you can check it out.
Yeah, third shoot canceled for
Saturday unfortunately
night.
Because of a death in the family of the Flatliner family.
Oh no! Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
So,
sorry, Flatliner.
Nate Crone and company.
Those guys got quite the show going on. What else we got? Saturday at Baker's and Hale, we got Gavin O'Brien. 7 to 11 p.m.
Right. And then how about live music, including The Intrusion, 5 to 11 p.m. at the Dewdrop Inn and Dow.
There you go, the Dewdrop.
We got to get over there.
Yeah, we don't see them having live music a lot.
Shout out to their dude, Mark Rice.
Oh, I know Mark. Yeah. I've met Mark because he has been sending stuff about this Intrusion band to me. He's
something
a
else.
big proponent of theirs.
Oh, yeah.
And so I met him at Bushfest. I happened to be talking to one of the guys from Intrusion. I said, I don't know who Mark Rice is, but he is your biggest proponent. You should be. And they're like, he's right behind you.
I believe he's the manager.
Yeah, he's their manager.
The manager.
They introduced me to him. They're like, he's right behind you. I'm like, hey, I know you from Facebook sending me out. I want him to be my manager because he is sending stuff all the time.
Exactly. And because of that, now have a gig from the Dewdrop Inn, which we haven't mentioned on the show,
you
I don't
go.
think, before, and Dow. So,
Awesome. There
good
we
bands
go.
that promote. The Intrusion is on the list.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
I'll tell you another good band to promote. Big George Brock Jr. and the NGK Band. If you haven't seen those guys, look out. They throw it down. They're at the Grafton
Self-proclaimed
Winery, yes.
now king of the blues.
Yeah, his
right?
dad was the self-proclaimed king of the blues for many years, and now that Big George Brock has passed away, Big George Brock Jr. taking that self-proclaimed throne, and he is the king of the blues. He's going to be at Grafton Winery, 7 to 3 p.m., 3 to 7 p.m. Said that backwards. Dyslexic, slightly.
A lot of the Grafton venues going into winter mode.
Yeah,
Right.
Ice rink is opening up this weekend.
Right, and that's why I brought that up.
And shout out to Pete Allen, the owner manager. I think he's the owner of the loading dock.
Ben Allen.
And sorry, who?
Ben Allen.
Okay, well, Pete Allen, then, who's involved with the loading dock.
Oh,
Okay,
there
so
you go. Yeah.
Jared Caps from Lead Sled puts on this charity softball game. We did it next door to Hog Pit Barbecue a couple Sundays ago. It was November 1st, and it was all in support of this group out of Jerseyville who, and please forgive me, it's this great group out of Jerseyville that helps, the
Angel.
kids that get caught in the divorces, the ugly divorces, and it's CASA. It's called CASA, yeah.
Yep.
And so Jared put on this whole charity thing because whatever they would normally do every year, you couldn't do because it was like in a room or something like that, right? Okay.
Great
So
event.
he got together and he got all these owners and operators of venues that we all play at. Plus he got all the Jerseyville cats to come play. So Mellis was there. All the Lead Sled guys were there. I was there serving. I did like the MC stuff, which was great, right in my wheelhouse. And then I got a shout out to Pete Allen. He made the ESPN Web Gem diving grab out in center field for this ball that one of the guys, I think from Intrusion, hit. And those young guys were all hitting the ball real well, right? By the way, musicians won something
Thank you.
like 24-2 or something like that. Yeah, they put up 10 in the first inning. It was great.
Yeah, it might have been a little revenge going there.
You don't want to pay us very much.
We'd love to get into the loading dock, and I'm going to be hitting up Mr. Allen here real soon to make that happen.
I remember back in the day, I'd have to hit up Ben Allen for, his dad was a criminal, or Ben Allen was a criminal lawyer. So.
Oh, boy.
And I don't
Did you have
want
him
to
on
go
retainer?
to jail. Yeah. Giving him so many envelopes full of cash. If I could have half of it back, I could retire now.
One of the best, actually, for getting you out of trouble, which is
yes.
why Pigpen had to get him.
He was absolutely, in his day, the top.
It was
You wouldn't believe that's
criminal lawyer in the area. But now I would have to say, I'm going to just say my personal, if I had to pick a top-notch criminal lawyer in the area, I'd have to go for our Madison County's new public defender, Mary Copeland.
Right.
Let's give her a hand.
Oh.
Hey.
Well, if we're going to do shout outs to law firms while we're at it, I just want to say hi to Jerry Schneller, Kevin Wilkins, the Wilkins Schneller in good old St. Louis that I work for as a paralegal every day. And we serve, since we are here in Alton, we are specialists in the Jones Act. And if you know what the Jones Act is, that's the special
Keeping
set
up
of
with
laws
the Jones.
that cover the folks who work on the river.
Oh, yeah.
Barge workers, anyone
John
that
Hartford.
works. John Hartford would have been all about the Jones
Oh,
Act.
absolutely.
The folks who work on bridges and things like that. Shout out to our buddy Mike Blemker. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but he's a good buddy of ours in that Mastermind Vodka that he's involved in. He works out there on the river, and he'll be out there early in the morning posting them pictures. But yeah, the Jones Act, and if you get into a car accident, of course, we take care of that stuff too. Wilkins Schneller Law in St. Louis.
Love Mastermind Vodka. Weren't
That's
they
a
right
good-
out? Weren't they out of somewhere
That's
local
right.
here?
Pontoon Beach. It's all
Then
made
they
out of.
moved, didn't they?
I don't know.
Are
if
they still down there?
I know there was like some kind of facility that was being built somewhere. So
Seriously, not cheap vodka by any
It's
means.
very
but,
good.
Oh, it was good. Yeah, I'm
really
yeah.
good vodka.
Love that. So there you go. Oh, that was a lot of information. I forgot where we were.
What day is it?
I thought we were working on a new sponsor for a second. But
Oh, yeah, we are working on a new sponsor. Our new sponsor, Mastermind Vodka. They haven't sent the check yet, but we're expecting it any day now. I love Mastermind Vodka.
Shut up.
Here's to you guys. Anyway, yeah, so
yeah.
back to our list here. We were talking about the ice rink being open.
Yeah. And then we can kind of skip on down.
We can
after that
skip on
because
down to Hunter Peoples, 7 p.m. at the Bella Vista Winery in Maryville, Illinois. That's going on Saturday.
So we talked earlier about the open mic that Kurt hosts on Wednesday night.
Off this coming Wednesday,
Right.
and we're going to kick things off permanently on Wednesday, December 2nd,
There you
8 to
go.
11.
And keep going because that takes us to your Saturday gig. And
Oh, yeah. Finally on Saturday, we've got Roaming Home. Maybe you've heard of them.
Those guys suck. One of them slept with my girlfriend.
One of them made out with Joe Walsh's daughter. So,
Can you imagine? Can you
Only one of us
imagine?
is old enough to have made out with Joe Walsh's daughter.
I made out with Joe Walsh's mom once. So.
How you
like,
doing?
like kissing an old glove. No. Is that a kid spit I'm licking? I'm sorry.
Wow.
Such disrespect to Joe Walsh's mom.
I know. Wow.
Listen,
Poor Mrs. Walsh.
Mrs. Walsh, you were an amazing lady, and those times we spent together in Vermont, those nights were, I'll never forget them. You were a generous lover. No, I'm sorry. Roaming Home is going to be at Roosters Pub Saturday night, 8 p.m., and you can hear these guys give their musical rendition of many blues tunes along with some original tunes. And you guys
Classic
really do
country, classic blues,
classic
but then-
rock.
Yeah, but there's something about. I mean, we hear this all the time. It's just not those songs that you hear from, with no all due respect, to like other bands out there. It seems like we're going for those kind of deeper cuts where it's like, oh wow, that song. Yeah. Oh wow, that song.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always those songs that you hear every band play, but when you hear a band, Mondin Band, you ever see the Mondin Band? Oh my gosh, you'll have to get a chance. Mondin Band is one of the amazing bands around here. They play just over the corner here at Mike's Tin Pen all the time.
And they haven't played all year because
They haven't played. John Mondin, just an amazing guitar player, plays with a lot of other bands like 4 and 20 and band, and he was in Eat a Peach for all those years. But anyway, they'll bust out songs. You're just sitting there kind of listening, going, "These guys are really good," and then all of a sudden they're like playing Steely Dan, Kid Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Have other bands played? Like, I'm not saying other bands haven't played it, but you don't hear that down on the circuit. You know what I mean? You gotta love it when guys go for those deeper cuts instead of just playing the ones that are.
Normally, what we say about Mike's Tin Pen is you haven't experienced an Alton music scene until you've done a Sunday night with the Mondin Band. Supposed to start at 9, probably won't get started till 10:30, 11.
That is the truth
right
there.
And
but once it starts,
may not end on time either.
Right, it's probably going to might go a little late, might start, but the thing is worth the wait. There's a reason they get paid to come back every Sunday, even though they might not start on time. It's worth the wait.
That's in a normal year. Of course, this year, Paul's a high risk guy, so he just shut it down.
Well,
you
can't
That's
blame
what you
got
to do if you're in that category.
Listen,
and it's a shame, but that's how this thing's playing out.
And you can anybody out there blaming anybody else, another person for their personal choice because it was different than yours. I'm sorry, but we all get to make up our minds on some of these things. And if somebody wants to sit out like Paul Graves, hey buddy, sit out, man. I can wait. You're worth the wait. You are worth the wait. But check it. You guys will have to check them out once they come back around. The Mondin Band. I don't even know how we got into talking about that. You know what I'm going to talk about now? Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday.
Yeah, we got an extended version of the list this week because we got to get into Wednesday night next week, which is the biggest night of the year for most bands.
That is usually
it's the new New Year's Eve, as Graham Pagano put it.
Graham Pagano.
Right.
Stewie Pantego's the guy's name.
Stewie.
Anyway, it is a.
Do you have any aliases? Yes, they call me Tater Tot. Or Tater Salad or whatever Ron White said.
Right. His kids are Tater Tot.
Yeah, my kid is Tater Tot.
Anyway, Sunday, November 22nd, we got the Pickin' Daisies, 3 p.m. at the Lodge Bar at the Lovejoy, right over the hill here. The old Elijah P's, now just called Lovejoy, and the Lodge Bar is the outdoor area behind it. A beautiful area, nice outdoor bar, nice stage, good for social distancing. Going to be a good time out there.
Yep, they've been pretty steady on Sundays here over the last month or so.
Yes.
All right, what else? Naked Soul, 1 to 5, and Blacktop Boulevard, 6 to 10 on Sunday at Fast Eddie's Bon Air in Alton. And,
and real quick, we mention Fast Eddie's Bon Air all the time. We always name the bands and just go past it. But a big shout out to Fast Eddie for the $10,000 he just gave to the Boys and Girls Club.
Right on.
He just gave a $10,000 donation to help build a new park, or a new playground for kids. So thanks to Eddie Scholler on that one.
I hope next year with Cardinals baseball, comes back, everything's closer to normal, and you get to hear Mike Shannon.
Oh no, you're gonna hear me. No.
Well, we got Fast Eddie up here in the booth with us tonight. He's cheering on the Cardinals.
And we're gonna bring him on as sponsors here, man.
Right.
We're gonna have him right here sitting with us getting drunk. No, I don't know.
You know what he did up there, John? John, he went ahead and he bought the whole street. That's what he did. He bought the street up there in Alton. So if you're 21 and in the mood, you just drive across that Clark Bridge and you go to world famous Fast Eddie's. It's home of the coldest beer.
In the 50s, my dad lived above Fast Eddie's. Ladio Belanco owned it at the time, and that place has been there for a long time and been the Bon Air for a long time.
AB founded it, right?
There we
AB
go.
started it, and then there was a law that said breweries couldn't operate drinking establishments. And that's how it got to his hands.
And then Ladio Belanco owned it for several years, and then Eddie Scholler Sr., and then it just kind of, I believe, we'll have to look up, we'll have to have Eddie come in and have him give us the history of that place someday. But big shout out to him for that $10,000 donation to the Boys and Girls Club, because kids need a place to play.
And for having live music 7 days a week.
Definitely big shout out for that.
More than one band.
Usually two bands
Right.
a day, 7 days a week a lot of times. So big shout out there. Also on Sunday, Sunday, November 22nd, Dave Scott Karaoke, 3 p.m. at Chez, Maryland. Get down there and sing your little booty off.
The Trag Band going to be at the Grafton Winery on Sunday. And let's see, what's next? Grand Pagano, 2 to 6 at Bella Vista Winery in Maryville. Dave Horton Acoustic, 3 p.m. at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. And our guest from last week, their gigs this Sunday.
Yeah.
Hive Mind.
Hive Mind, along with Tom Thanks, playing at the Red Flag in St. Louis, 7 p.m. So a couple of young bands getting out there.
Steve Klein will be at the Prairie Inn on Monday.
There's a guy who knows how to play.
They've been studying on the Monday, so that takes us up to Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, November 25th, next Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. We've got Atomic Heart, 8 p.m. at Chez, Maryland. Out at Baker and Hale on Thanksgiving Eve, Doppelganger. 7 p.m. that's happening. All the Frog Flippers get down to the Sunset Bar and Grill, because Flip the Frog will be playing at 8 p.m. on Thanksgiving Eve. And then HOOKiE, the HOOKiE Monster, will be at Wild Pickens, 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving
Where are they
Eve.
playing, Joe? Are they playing Backwoods Burden?
Oh yeah, Backwoods Burden, a band I've subbed for. They're playing at DJ's
In Jerseyville?
Jerseyville, yeah.
DJs in Jerseyville,
From
and
8
that's
to 12, I believe.
Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
Shout out to Justin and the boys.
And what's the name of that
they're a
band?
great Backwoods Burden.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah, we've heard of those guys. We've been talking about
Justin was part of that softball game. Did a real good job.
Yeah. I heard he pulled a hamstring. No, I didn't hear anything about it. It wasn't his, though. It was someone else's was the weird thing.
We went and
There's
ate-
charges been filed over it. I don't,
We ate some ham across the street. We got some of that hog pit barbecue after the game. Yeah.
Nice. I have not.
And shout out to that super cute little blonde waitress that works over there. I don't know her name.
Listen,
But oh my gosh, she's there every time I'm there.
Hold on. Stop. Shout out to every cute little blonde waiter.
Yeah, but
People just think
especially
right now are like, oh, that was me.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go a step further. Shout out to every cute little bartender. You ain't got to be blonde. You
Right.
just can't be redheaded.
I'm trying to be specific.
There's a redhead out in the lobby getting real mad right now.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't really believe that gingers are soulless. I just read it in the book. I'm kidding.
We got 2 more for Thanksgiving Eve.
What do we got?
Well, why'd you fold up your paper?
I thought we were done. I'm done here. I thought I was David Letterman for a second, throwing the cards when it was over.
I'll do the next one. Hicktown, scheduled to do Doit's Village Inn on at Pontoon Beach Thanksgiving Eve.
There we go, yeah.
And then Callus Entertainment had a show set up. You want to read that?
Okay, Callus Entertainment presents Jesse James Dupree. Wow. And DIXI.
I think that's
Dixie.
Incorporated.
Dixie Incorporated. It looks like a DIXI. Dixie Incorporated, 6 p.m. at the Imperial Club in Granite City
And
Wednesday.
then Phil Callis posted yesterday this.
Okay.
Read the
Hey,
next-
everyone. It's Jesse James Dupree and Dixie Incorporated show is on. Because of the new regulations put on us by today's political culture, we are moving it to a privately owned venue residence called The Castle. What is it?
It's a castle?
It's a castle.
It's huge?
It's huge. It's a capacity over 1,000 people with great sound and a great stage and a great sound system. All new info will be out tomorrow. If you want a refund, you can get one, but it's only 15 minutes from Granite City, where Imperial is. So, to my peeps in Granite City, I promise shows will return when the man lets us. Won't you listen what... Paul McCartney said it. Won't you listen what the man said?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, are we talking about the man? Or are we talking about the man?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to listen what the man has to say. He might have something
What
cool.
about CCR? My papa said, son, don't let the man get you. Do what it done to mine.
Well,
Yeah, Phil's been trying to bring in some national acts all year.
All year, and having-
because of what's been going on, he just keeps running into the
been
same
going
thing.
on?
So you can see the frustration there a little bit, but improvising. Coming up with
There
a
you
private
go.
location and see if he can work it out.
You know what? Kudos for trying to make it work out, especially going to a big old castle where there's a thousand,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Come
thinking
on, like
about.
you've never done a gig in a castle.
Man's home is his
Castles
castle.
all the time.
You ever kiss another man in a castle? No.
Not yet.
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Have you ever been standing outside of a castle and heard Gardy Lou? Do you know what to do?
You want to duck because
Yeah,
that's
you-
what they said before indoor plumbing was invented, as they threw Gardy Lou
Out the window.
Wow.
So
Right out into the yard, huh?
right out into the street, into
Didn't-
the
couldn't even take
listen,
it down.
Well, when
I mean, outhouses were out.
when Elijah Plumbing first invented the pipe, he saved us all a lot of dysentery. No, I don't know.
Yeah, but if you own a castle, then you can just throw it out there and let the servants take
I
care of
remember this dude from when I was a kid standing out in front of a castle with a sword saying things about I have the power, something like that.
By the power of Grayskull.
it. If there's a moat, then it's like a toilet.
Orko.
I have always wanted a moat, like it'd be so cool to be like, I just got a regular house, but I got a moat. Yeah, instead of a swimming pool, right?
They had to have moats around the boats,
Right.
like like on Harris Casino. Like when I first moved here in St. Louis, like I didn't know the whole riverboat gambling thing, how the way it was, had to be on water, right?
Right.
So I get out to Harris the first time, or I guess it's Hollywood now, you know how it is.
Right.
But I'm like, so wait, what? And they're like, oh yeah, like it's technically on the river because they dug a moat around the whole thing. And I'm like,
Right.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. We just keep spraying water on the bottom.
Like
of it.
you
It's
can have
fine.
a real boat. That's one way to do it. Or you can just build a building next to a river and put a moat around it, and then it's on the river.
Absolutely, yeah. And now you can gamble in 7-Eleven or whatever.
I
you
know.
Which the
Slots.
Callus that we were just talking about, Callus Entertainment, the guy bringing these bands, it was his dad that started the riverboat right over the corner, like the first riverboat.
Alton
band.
Bell?
Right.
Yeah, and so he, and his dad, I believe, was smart enough to get out before it was allowed on land. So he started up, hit when it was hot, and then got out. Good for you.
Jared Capps from Lead Sled used to be like, he had a title over there. He had a job. I don't know, it's like entertainment director or something like that. But he used to be like Chuck Berry's handler
Uh-oh.
when Chuck
What's
used to
that
play
mean?
at the Alton Bell.
We cannot explain what that means.
Stop
but
it.
Before that, Jared was working out at the day spa. And,
Have you ever seen that video of Chuck in the hotel room with the gal?
over and
I
over
thought
again.
that
What do you
was-
mean? Like
I
how
thought
many
that
times?
was-
Is that what you're asking? Yeah.
Remember when he's like,
I thought that was Rudy Giuliani.
He's like, do you, did you see that Borat?
I
The
did.
Borat?
I
Yeah.
did.
No, that was John DeLorean.
Oh my gosh. There's another great video too. I love that part though in the Chuck Berry, sex tape video where he's like, "Do you love me? Do you love me a lot?"
Let me do the chicken walk for you.
Seriously, like you've never duck walked over to a girl and said that. Come on, man.
a little
Let
close.
him who would not duck walk to a girl naked.
I can't even
cast a
talk
person
anymore
out.
about it. We're going down to a place we shouldn't go.
Okay, will Kurt Copeland do the duck walk Friday night at
At
Uncle
Uncle
Al's in
Yeah.
Jerseyville?
Yeah.
There you go.
What about Saturday night at Roosters?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
and on Saturday night I'll work in a little bit of a rooster head pecking kind of thing where I'm going
Hey,
back
hey,
and
easy
forth.
with that head pecking talk. We're on the radio.
Well, my first job in radio, they had the receptionist. They it was lean.
What'd she do?
And so her name was Betty, and we used to make fun of her all the time because she just wasn't the brightest bulb on the strand, right? And so this one guy that we worked with is like, well, you know how we get Betty to work the control board? And I'm like, no, because Betty was very much like a chicken lady. You know, she just kind of talk like this, and she could bounce her head kind of back and forth. He's like. We say, well, we just put a little feed. We put a little feed there on the board control panel.
She just pucks the buttons and she's like, oh, it's time for the news. Here we go on the radio. Here's CNN.
Is that what that Ram Jam song was about?
That's right.
It's absolutely
Bam the
what-
lamb.
What about Sunday? Backwoods Burden, right?
They play. That's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yep. DJs in
Okay.
Jerseyville.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
And
So
then
that's
we would've-
Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, we would have been doing the open mic at Bella Vista, but we're going to take a break.
Right.
And then bring it on full on.
So go to DJ's Pub in Jerseyville next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Get
Unless
all
somebody-
the information about the open mic. for
Unless
the
somebody
following
wants to
week.
book us, because technically Roaming Home is available now the night before Thanksgiving.
It's true, yeah.
There
So
you
we could play a gig.
go. So, well, you guys keep it pretty busy, though. We read your name a lot around here.
We've been real blessed, but I'll let these guys talk.
And,
about
well,
that.
but real quick before we go,
Yeah.
what I want to say to you, I was saying it to these guys right before you walked in, before the mics came on, and I didn't get to finish it. I wanted to compliment you on your job at the virtual Trinity River Fest.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of the bands that Graham Pagano or whoever that is,
Relentless.
him and Aaron McCoy, they sounded great. They did an acoustic thing, and if you put a phone in front of an acoustic guitar and a dobro or whatever, Cahoon or whatever. Cahoon. That's what he was saying. Yeah, getting all Cajun there. It sounded good because it's not overstimulating. It's not running that microphone up. A lot of the bands that put online things up on Facebook will put a phone up, and all you hear is. You guys did the full band, but you put the microphone so far back, and you were on a front porch.
Yeah.
And you
Alex's
put the-
front porch in Belleville.
You put
that's
the
my front
microphone back in the middle of the front yard, so when all that sound from the drum kit and the amplifiers hit it, it did not overmodulate the microphone.
We're not saying we're the smartest, but I mean, I
kudos.
got to give kudos to Alex Ritter for really, being mindful of that kind of stuff. I'll throw in my 2 cents, but we've had good luck, but we do put a lot of thought into it.
I'm with you. Big shout out to Alex Ritter, son of John Ritter, the great comedian.
You better watch it, or his dad will be undertaking you.
Yeah.
Jack Tripper.
Jack Tripper, dude, one of the greatest physical
yeah.
comedians. No,
Yeah.
He was Tex Ritter's grandson.
Plus a great
all
name.
this is just made up as far as I'm concerned, right? I don't know. I like to make up all my facts on the spot. Sorry.
Why'd they call him Tripper?
So he was a tripping for sure, man.
He looked like he tripped over the couch a few times.
So hey, big kudos to you guys on that. Big kudos to you guys on being out in the scene so often. All the open mics you do, we see you bouncing around. We're always reading. Dennis compiles this list every week, and we're reading it.
You guys promote.
You
It's
do,
easy to find your stuff.
And here's the thing: he covers basically from Belleville to like Grafton, and then out to Wild Pickens and all that. So you guys are right in the wheelhouse, all over that wheelhouse.
River Bend.
And the river bends everywhere.
It's
so
not
great.
rocket science. It's rock and roll. We believe in the healing. I mean, we believe in the fun of music. We love making a couple bucks to keep us at least kind of breaking even, if you will. Maybe just a little plus. Get some beers in our belly. Get the feeling good. You know what I mean? Chance to get out of the house. But we really, we believe in music. We love playing music. And this year more than ever, the gospel of music, the healing power of music. And I get it. There's folks who, we've talked a little bit about that, should we be going out and doing that?
Right.
And like, you know what? Yes, because as long as you can come out and be responsible about it, come out and do it. And come and catch the show, because it's bad news bears. You stay cooped up too much, I'll tell you what. And you know that. I'm not telling you.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Yeah, when people share that picture from The Shining, be like, yeah, this was what happened the last time a family got shut in all winter.
Right. So,
Come
all
play
right,
with us, Daddy.
everybody get out this weekend. We just mentioned many of good gigs that are happening. Good chances to get out. A lot of them offering socially distanced optionings and that. And if you want to remember any of that stuff, because we went through it real fast, just go to cottonmouth.org. All of that. Dennis updates all that and keeps it right in the front. As soon as you log onto that page, you don't have to click a tab. It's all right there.
Or if you're watching the video on YouTube, you can just look in the description. It's all right there.
Yeah, it's all, just scroll down underneath this and you'll find it. Big thanks to our guests roaming home. They're going to be playing at Uncle Al's on Friday night and then up at Roosters Pub in Staunton on Saturday night.
And then back at Uncle Al's for the open mic Sunday afternoon. It happens every other Sunday afternoon at Uncle Al's from 4 to 7. The guys will be there too. And I know Steve Mellis is going to be making an appearance, and we love playing music with him. And we're there every other Sunday at Uncle Al's. So it's kind of like a rooster sandwich. You got a slice of rooster in the middle with 2 slices of Uncle Al's on both sides.
Nice.
That's what we're
I
eating
saw a
this week.
movie called 2 Slices of Uncle Al once. It was.
gosh.
I still have nightmares. I still have nightmares about that. Anyway,
Of all the tapes that could get stuck in the VCR.
I read the back and it swore I wouldn't see this. No. anyway, thanks again to Roaming Home. Get out and see those guys. Who else we got to thank?
We got to thank Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance, and of course our longtime sponsor. And get there and thank them, Mr. Halpin Music Company.
There you go, Halpin Music Company. Get out to Halpin, buy something super expensive, and then call Matt Van Voorhis.
And Joe, you still doing them lessons?
Yeah, shout out to Halpin in Centralia. I'm a guitar instructor over there.
Nice.
There you
Been
go.
a
So we
little
got to help.
iffy
See,
with the COVID stuff, but
we
you
got
know,
a
keeping it
Halpin
going.
employee right here.
I know they really kept it going over here with the virtual stuff, and then they opened back up. Are you guys open back up for lessons, or are you back on the virtual?
Yeah, we're still we do face-to-face lessons now. You just got to wear a mask and all that. but
Okay.
Put a shower curtain, one of them clear shower curtains.
But it's almost
Between-
impossible to do over video because, like you were saying, the mic cuts out.
Yeah.
And, like they're too loud on their end or they're not tuned up. It's like
Right.
impossible to teach.
Yeah. You can have conversations over the internet pretty easy, but latency affects music in a different
Right.
way.
Yeah.
Where if it's just a hair off, you're like, did you get that right? I don't know.
Like our friend, shout out to Karen Jagger, who likes to sing with us a lot. She's always that half step.
Is that
First it's Joe Walsh's
Is that
daughter.
Mick
Now he's going
Jagger's
after
daughter?
Mick Jagger's daughter. That's
True.
Yeah, any minute he's going to be like, and Karen Henley. And
Here, are we super short on time?
we're overtime,
We're
but we
over.
don't
Are we?
care. We're
Yeah.
stepping on Clark Howard's
Can we
toes.
play a
don't
track
care.
from our upcoming debut album?
Oh, we're
We don't
supposed
have a
to go.
CD
yeah.
player.
Okay.
We don't even, and there, do we even have, there's
I don't know.
no, I don't think I
Maybe.
see. Yeah. Sorry, man.
Well, we just a heads up then. Our album will be coming out soon. It'll be our debut
There it is.
album. And shout out to Neil Miller, Halpin in Centralia, and Live Sound Studios, Centralia, Illinois, recorded, produced the album. Shout out to Jerry Stewart, Big Stu Productions, helped us out with the graphics. Joey's wife Morgan took a picture. Stacy Wilkie took a picture, Alex's girlfriend, and we got the whole thing together. And it'll definitely be ready for Christmas. So we'd appreciate.
Where will people find that?
Definitely we'll have the hard copies at the shows.
Right.
We're very humble, so there are some people that could just snap the fingers and it's up on your iTunes. We still have to figure out that whole iTunes thing, but we're figuring it out. We're learning it. We'll get it up there on those platforms, but it'll be on the physical album first.
How can people find you just to keep up with you where you're going?
Facebook is best. Facebook is best, and really, because why not? You're there every day.
Yeah.
And if not, you can just track us down and
I'm not on Facebook every day. But that you porn? No.
Oh.
You guys well, look, different people go to different sites, man. Don't judge me. You guys are so judgy. All right, Facebook. You can find them at Roaming Home. Just all you literally, I did it today. All you have to do is type in Roaming Home, and you'll get these guys.
Not the RV company.
Big thanks to Kurt, Joe, and Alex for coming down. Big thanks to my host Dennis Laird.
Thanks for having us, guys. Thanks for all the support
thank
that
you
you
so
got.
much.
Yeah,
and absolutely. What does everybody got to get out
Tom,
to do?
thanks.
Big thanks to Tom. Thanks for for doing his show tonight. And thanks to Halpin and Macias Insurance, as we said. And in the meantime, between now and next week, what are you going to do? Get out and support local music and art.